What's up, YouTube? This is JP Panther back on a video. In today's video is another Star Wars Disney news update video, and this video is about Disney pretty much giving. The title is pretty much Disney gives Star Wars fans the middle finger. If you guys don't know, I will link the article in the description box down below. Bob Iger was recently, I think this was like 2 or 3 days ago, a couple days ago, was interviewed by the Wall Street Journal by a journalist, and they're asking about Star Wars and how the fan base is and stuff like that. Again, I will link the article so you guys can check out the whole entire thing, but I'm going to just give you what I've read. I'm going to just read the most important stuff, and then you guys can check out more information because the article is like super long, so I'm just going to read the most important stuff. So, this is one of them, right? But Mr. Horn had a note for the filmmaker. While Disney wanted to sell millions of toys, fans could not sense that any character or plot point was convenient as a business decision. He said Star Wars was different than any set of characters and storylines Disney had absorbed up until that point. Any whiff of marketing imperials driving the creative decision on Star Wars franchise will immediately, in the eyes of devoted fans, cast Disney as an evil empire that has gobbled up their modern day myth. Navigating that danger zone has provided to be the most difficult part of absorbing the blockbuster series. How to bring above a new generation of moviegoers while avoiding turning off the diehard fans that has an outsized voice in the success or failure of the film. I mean, again, this is just, it's really, really deep. I'm just going to give you the most important thing. I just want to give you something little here. So this is what Bob Iger says. This is the main thing that's kind of controversial that's been flying on the internet and stuff like that. This is what Mr. Iger says. He says, "We are walking a very fine line," Mr. Iger said. He told him, "If we don't satisfy the most die-hard fan, we'll be killed. The new Rise of Skywalker is expected to be a blockbuster hit. While alienated by The Last Jedi has turned to Mr. Abrams with hope." One executive who has worked with Mr. Abrams said the director is keeping longtime fans in mind, saying it is like an invisible fan is whispering in his ear during story meetings. Following the conclusion of the Skywalker trilogy this month, Mr. Iger said he wants the next set of movies to be more accessible to the common movie goers. Oh wow, this is the thing that's gonna give you the middle finger. Unburdened by the decades of Star Wars memories, but he knows that will likely alienate some fans. You can't make everybody happy. He says if you're not going to update a property, he says you might as well stick it in the museum and watch it. And that's like the main big thing. Pretty much to sum it up, I'm just going to give you my thoughts about it. Pretty much he's saying to the Phantom Menace and to the Star Wars fans, he's pretty much giving y'all the middle finger. I mean, that's pretty much blatant. He's pretty much saying that everything you Star Wars fans have loved about the Star Wars franchise, they're pretty much saying, fuck you, pretty much. Watch my language, but pretty much give you the middle finger. So, pretty much, he's pretty much telling y'all to go F yourselves, because no matter how hard they try, no matter how hard they appeal to y'all, and they know that the fan base, you know, I'm a Star Wars guy as well, don't be acting like I'm not part of this stuff, and the thing is, I knew what they were going to do when Disney bought it. I'm going to be honest with you, like in 2012, I remember I was telling my friends, it's like, yeah, they're like, oh, JB, yo, even some of my co-workers at the time, they're like, oh, JB, Disney's buying Star Wars, they're going to make it amazing, they're going to do better than George Lucas. I'm like, do you understand that Disney's like an extreme liberal SJW business corporation? They're like, nah, it's going to be everything I want. And I'm like, Disney's not going to do what you think. Disney's going to have a political agenda. And I said this like 7 years ago, and everyone called me a freaking moron. So when all this was happening, which is 7 years later, which I'm pretty much right, I knew that they were going to be like, F you guys. They know the fan base are mostly Donald Trump supporters, conservatives, Republican. You know what I mean? It's more of a conservative, a white conservative, geek, sci-fi base. That's pretty much Star Wars fan. And again, I love Star Wars. Don't be acting like I'm not part of this. I like Star Wars. But I was more realistic of what they were going to do with Star Wars. They were going to transform it into a white feminist, girl power, liberal agenda platform. I knew they were going to do that. Like, I just, in my back of my mind, I'm just like, logically, I'm like, when they bought Star Wars, I knew they were going to F it up and piss off the hardcore fans. pretty much just saying the Phantom Menace and the Star Wars fan pretty much give y'all the middle finger, and they're like, no, we don't care about y'all anymore, because no matter how hard we try, you guys will be nitpicky about everything we do, blah blah blah. We don't care, and pretty much Bob Iger, if you read an article, pretty much he's saying that we don't care about y'all. We care about the normies. We care about the casuals. As long as we get the feminists, the Me Too movement, the casuals, we don't care about y'all. We don't care if you buy the books. We don't care if you buy the video games. If you're not down with our Star Wars, then get the hell out. That's pretty much what they're telling you. And it seems like to Bob Iger, he's like, dealing with the Star Wars fan base headache. You know what I mean? I'm a big Star Wars fan. Star Wars fans are pretty demonic. So imagine him dealing with, them boycotting, them attacking motherfuckers on the internet. You know what I mean? Racist, certain, all these issues that are happening with the Star Wars fans, with actors and actresses. Like, there's this one thing on GQ magazine. I think it was on British GQ magazine. The chick, Daisy Ridley, the actress who plays Rey, she pretty much says in the article in GQ magazine that J.J. Abrams warned her that the Star Wars fan base, or at least Star Wars, is like a religion. And I don't think she understood that, and I think now she understands what the hell she signed up for. And the problem is that, again, I'm a big Star Wars fan, and also the problem with Disney is that Disney's just a greedy corporation. The problem is that they don't understand that none of them are fans. Even JJ's not a fan. He's going to rip the Dark Empire storyline, put it in a movie, make it into the girl power feminist franchise. So instead of having Luke and Leia defeat Palpatine, they're going to have Rey, Mary Sue kill Palpatine and become a Mary Sue and be the ambassador and great white feminist, Me Too movement feminist hope. And they're going to take the Skywalker name and give her the Skywalker. I mean, I could figure this out shot by shot by shot. I don't even need to read the leaks and stuff like that. I'm just telling you what I think what's going to happen. And the problem is with the Star Wars fans that they don't understand what Disney was going to do. And Disney's letting you know they don't care about y'all. And they pretty much gave y'all the middle finger. Iger's like, we're doing what we want, blah, blah, blah. And hopefully that they create a new generation of Star Wars fan. But I do think this is kind of bite them in the ass, because Rise of Skywalker's coming out, and it might not do the numbers that they want. And I don't think they care. They're just like, man, we don't care if we lose money. We don't care at this point. We got Marvel. We got so many other properties. And Star Wars doesn't make as much money. All right, whatever. I don't think Disney and the Lucasfilm people, I don't think they care. Even though the way they've been promoting, they've been acting all shady with this movie. This will be like a Game of Thrones season 8 ending, in my personal opinion. I think it's not going to satisfy the hardcore fans. I think the normies and the casual will be like, oh, okay, whatever, I'll move on with my life. The hardcore fans would be cursing at them for the ever and ever and ever. And Star Wars fans, you guys got to understand that they don't care. That's just simple. Even if you boycott, they don't care. Because the problem is that the Star Wars fan base doesn't have the same political agenda or ideology as the Marvel fan base. The Marvel fan base has the SJW, liberal, democratic agenda where let's represent everybody, all these different minority groups. Star Wars fans are not like that. I want Star Wars to be white again, pretty much. Make Star Wars great again, which really means make Star Wars white again. You know what I mean? They want it where it's like, okay, you have mostly aliens, white people, and one token black guy, and have the bad guy have one black guy voice act the main bad guy. You know what I mean? Like, that's how Star Wars fans are. Where Marvel fans are a lot more progressive. You have Black Panther, Captain Marvel, Eternals, Miss Marvel, Shang-Chi. I mean, like, Miss She-Hulk. You're going to have female Thor. Tessa Thompson is the first LBGTK Latino superhero, blah, blah. You're going to have female She-Hulk. You're going to have Blade. You're going to have Kate Bishop. You know what I mean? You have a lot more diversity and inclusion when it comes to your fan base. That's why Disney's like, Marvel fans, we're going to give you everything you want. You want Spider-Man? We got you. You want X-Men Fantastic Four? We'll just buy out all Fox. Here you go. And the problem is, I was reading an article, is that with Star Wars fans, they're saying that Star Wars fans, you know, the problem with they're saying in the article is that there's so much extra work we have to do with Star Wars fans compared to Marvel fans that, you know, we have to cook them, take them out the day, blah, blah, blah. We got to do this and that. We always got to do this and that. And Disney's just like, F you. And that's just how it's going to be. And it sucks. Don't get it wrong. I would like to see Feige or someone come, or Russo brothers come in there and make a new Star Wars film, but I don't think they'll have the same creative freedom like they do with Marvel than they do with Star Wars. If they do work or produce, even direct a Star Wars film, I don't think they'll have the same type of leeway. That's just my personal opinion. Especially if Kathleen Kennedy and Ryan Johnson and the female was like 80% women in the Lucasfilm creative division. So I don't think they'll have the same amount of freedom and creative control like they do with Marvel. That's just my personal opinion, even though it's bought by the same company. They're in different divisions and stuff like that. So pretty much the article, I'm getting the whole time trying to get to the point of the video. The point I'm trying to say to you guys is that Disney and Lucasfilm, they pretty much gave the hardcore Star Wars fan a middle finger, and I feel like we just have to deal with it, and that's pretty much it. Like, there's nothing else you could do. Like, Disney has shown you their true colors, and if it flops or underperforms, they don't care. And JJ just let you know, I'm doing what I want, blah, 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 and you have to deal with it. That's really it, guys. Tell me what you guys think. Are you guys mad? Are you guys upset? Are you guys surprised? I'm not surprised. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about this article. Rate and like the video and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Peace and have a great day and take care.